Hey, so welcome back, everybody. It's Louis Fenty. I'm your Prime Eclectic Gent. And again, we're starting to see a pattern that money doesn't necessarily qualify a watch as good, and being inexpensive doesn't automatically disqualify a watch as bad. So I was actually going through articles today, and I saw something that said that apparently Colin Farrell had been at an award show, or the post show, the after show, and he was wearing a Casio. Now on the show, I've shown a couple of different watches. This being one of my favorites, the Tiffany G-Shock. I know counts as a Casio. The Edifice brand, which I think is absolutely amazing. Also, the Oceanus has been making waves, no pun intended, over the last couple of months. And for $2,500, it's looking like a sound investment. Now, what he was wearing was the Casio LTP-V007G-9B. It's a gold watch that they said to the untrained eye can look like a Cartier tank, which I think is a bit much of a stretch, but it is a generally nice watch. I checked it out on Amazon. It's a gold band. It's got a square dial. But what I noticed about it was they labeled it as a women's watch. I think it's more unisex. I don't particularly do unisex. I'm actually a very big fan of a watch being specifically directed towards men, which I'm also going to do another video about because I've noticed that I've seen a few women actually intentionally wearing 40, 41, 44 millimeter watches as a fashion statement. That I don't think is a bad thing. I want to see where it goes. I want to see what kind of watches women put on when they don't wear these little petite strip of watches, which I would think makes it harder to tell the time, and it's actually more of a convenience issue than anything else. Also, they said they've seen Colin Farrell wearing the Casio W-27 and the W-87H. So, all in all, what I'm getting at is watches now are becoming more of a personal statement as opposed to a statement of wealth, especially knowing what we know now about the China scandal and everything else going on with some of the higher end watches that people have worn as a status symbol, as something that recognizes someone as affluent or wealthy. It no longer has that connotation for a lot of people because now it's kind of the line where what's real and what's fake is also blurred. Also, with homages and replicas, and honestly, a lot of watches just generally look the same. How many different diver watches can there be? And can you really call any diver watch a copycat of the Submariner? They pretty much all look the same, regardless of what band they have on, regardless of the dial. Divers watches look like diver watches, it doesn't matter what brand it is. So I think what we're getting to see now is that people are more interested in statement pieces that are more expressive of who they are as a person, as opposed to what a watch says about them as far as their bank account or their socioeconomic status or where they fit in the strata. Um, I have been looking online at replica sites or homage sites or brands that mimic the other brands, and right now the line is so blurry where you can get knockoff Richard Milles, knockoff Rolexes. You can get, I believe Invicta is an excellent alternative to the Submariner, but also I believe for Seiko, I believe it's the ProMaster. It's an awesome alternative. So I think right now what we're seeing is people finding the right colors, the right bands, the right dials, the right hands. Oh, that rhymes. See what I did there? The class, basically, it has to fit you. So it's less about spending $1 million on a watch, spending 100,000, 10,000, 1,000, 100, or $10. It's what really fits you. What I've noticed is when I don't have anything to do or no particular desire to wear something that's a statement piece, and I'm just trying to throw something on, my F91W seems to be my go-to now for some reason. I don't really have a reason for it other than the fact that if I'm wearing sweats and a t-shirt, I don't need a massive G-Shock. Um, I don't need anything that's 44 millimeters. I don't need something that's 40 millimeters, honestly. I do have this Casio. I don't wear it a lot. I don't really have any feelings towards it one way or the other. If I was going to give it a 1 to 10, I'd give it a 4.55. It's nothing wrong with it. And that's what I'm getting at. People are starting to wear what works for them. Wear what works for you. I'm Louis Fenty, your prime eclectic gent. Buy something, make it look good on your wrist.